Kitco Mining special coverage of Xplor is brought to you by Radisson Mining.
Welcome back to Kitco Mining's ongoing coverage from Xplor 2025 in Montreal. Joining us now is Killian Charles, CEO of Brunswick Exploration, a Canadian exploration company focused on finding battery metals like lithium. So once again, glad to have you.
Pleasure as always to be here.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year for everybody and certainly for you guys. So I wanted to start actually with financing. So you guys have had some new some developments on this front, which looks very encouraging. So at the end of 2024, maybe a couple months after I spoke with you last time, you completed a non-brokered private placement for $3 million, upsized then to 4.8. And then in the spring, a brokered private placement for 3.5. This was up from 2.5. So how is gold, silver have been getting a lot of attention, but what is the financing environment like for a junior that's focused on the battery metals?
You know, specifically lithium, because I think copper is doing well on itself. I think it broke new highs today, copper price. But when it comes to lithium, there's always going to be this disconnect between, let's say, the short-term price performance and the long-term price expectation. One of the key reasons why you keep seeing that difference is due to a mismatch between supply and demand, where demand is still so aggressively strong relative to an oversupply scenario. So everyone understands that these things will eventually settle out. And now is the best time to be sort of investing in underappreciated parts of the market, which would predominantly be what we focused at Brunswick, which is grassroots exploration. And so we're able to attract a number of tier one investors and backers because we're like, look, guys, the skill set that we've developed inside Brunswick doesn't really exist in other companies. This ability to go ahead and find new discoveries, frankly, around the world is kind of unique. And so this is about investing into a different story, a story that is 100% focused on the future, that is very much forward-looking, and that is trying to shake things up a little bit in terms of how it operates, in terms of scope and scale and size of our program. Like, we don't stake, a little project. We stake an entire country like we did in Greenland, right? We do massive programs from that perspective. And that resonates with shareholders, which will also share that sort of, understand that disconnect between short-term perspective and long-term perspective for lithium commodities. And so we're always able to bring in tier one investors into the company, able to upsize our financing. The financing that we mentioned back in May was really underpinned by one major group that wanted to invest in Brunswick. We decided to open it up to the rest of the world, if you will, to our existing shareholders, and saw good response. So, the markets are weak. I'm not saying our share price is in a very acceptable position, but we still have an ability to go ahead and execute our plan. We still have an ability to deliver a significant amount of milestones, which is forthcoming here, into hopefully what is going to be a better lithium market next year and the year after that, and then see the fruit of our labors as we go ahead and make discoveries like we just did in Greenland, in brand new, we'll say, politically interesting countries, and sort of shake the cage a little bit. Bring something new to the table, not the same asset that everyone's been talking about for the last 40 years.
All right, well, let's get into some of those projects then. So, as you mentioned last year, a major discovery in Greenland, and this was your first foray into the international finding, because you had been focused on Canada. There's plenty to explore in Canada as well, obviously. So how is this international opportunity coming along? How is Greenland?
Very well. That's the simple answer. It's going very well. We're now in a position where we want to drill it. I mean, Greenland is a pro-mining area of the world. It's seeing a lot of interest for its mineral wealth. And for us, it made sense to expand there. Frankly, it's right across from the Labrador Sea, so it's kind of easy once you've done all of Canada. But we saw significant advantage there. Predominantly, lithium exploration had happened, right? This is our strength. We find things which have never been found before. And this is, again, it's something that's kind of unique to be able to say, hey, look, we're going to be the first ones moving here. So great, first move advantage. But on top of that, we're now, breaking into a new area that is strategically located. That's just an extra cherry on top. So we did another large program this summer in Greenland, We refined our discovery, which frankly is 45 minutes away from the capital, Nuuk, which is about 20,000 people. So guys were just staying in an Airbnb while they were out exploring, which is pretty fun. But no, for us, we absolutely want to drill it. We defined a number of spodumene-bearing pegmatites, all at surface, all easy accessible over almost a 3-kilometer long strike length. You know, this is 100% the type of things that we want to find, and that's about leveraging our skill set, right? There was nothing truly in Greenland until we showed up. There was no known lithium until we arrived, and then we demonstrated, no, hey, look, it does exist, and we're going to go ahead and find it. And we strongly believe that this skill set that we developed across exploring all of Canada, because that's what we did before. I mean, we kept it simple. We only did all of Canada, right?
Only the second largest landmass on the planet.
You know, we like to keep it easy like that. But no, we said this ability, because we saw more rocks than anybody else, we can export it anywhere else we want to. And we are going to continue on that trajectory, right? Because we feel that everyone's focused on late stage ash, and there's nothing wrong with that. We, of course, are focused on that as well. We've been drilling at Mirage. We have a resource estimate expected before year end. So that's a major milestone for us at our flagship asset in Quebec. We just wrapped up drilling right next to Rio Tinto at our Aniticou project, which Rio Tinto owns what could be a future mine at Galaxy. It's fully permitted, so it just needs to be built out. We hope to have results coming from that one in the next 2 to 3 weeks here. So, I mean, it's not like we ever keep quiet, but we said to ourselves, while we're doing this, let's keep leveraging that expertise. There's so many other parts of the world that have never seen lithium exploration. And one day when the price comes back, a lot of smart people are going to start looking there, but we'll have been there before. We'll have done the work and we'll have made the discovery before all these smart people start waking up and seeing the same opportunity that we see inside Brunswick.
All right. And so then, yeah, you mentioned the Mirage flagship project. So what's the latest development there?
So look, I mean, this was another big year for us. We started off the year by releasing metallurgical results, demonstrating, you know, an ability to recover or make a spodumene concentrate, I should say, from DMS only. Obviously, we can do DMS plus flotation, but we wanted to demonstrate that, like all the tier 1 assets found in Quebec, this one sits in a special group where recovery costs can be potentially low, operating costs can be potentially low at the mill. Then we went into a drill campaign, released a number of significant results. We are now at the stage where we are working on putting a resource estimate. That should be coming out, I would say, hopefully for the end of the year. I mean, I'm not going to put it on Christmas. End of this year, absolutely. It's coming up. We're already into Halloween's tomorrow, so it's coming up fast. And so for us, there's going to be a big push on that one soon to get those numbers out there. I think it's going to help the market understand, hey, sorry, this is a great asset. This is something that needs a significant amount of more work. I mean, there's a lot of upside around Mirage that we haven't had the chance to fully ascertain as of yet. So we'll keep that one for 26. So that's going to be a big milestone for us over there. Putting out that resource, really cementing Mirage's position as one of the best lithium assets in one of the best lithium areas, the James Bay, in the world, right? So it's pretty lucky place to be and making discoveries. Let's put it that way.
All right, and then what else? I mean, you mentioned obviously this one. What else should we be looking for from you between now and the end of the year, but also in 2026? Do you have any other anything in Canada, potentially anything international as well?
So look, we have that resource estimate. I mentioned we're going to be putting out results from our Aniticou drilling. I mean, we're really pleased with what we saw there. The results should be out in the next couple of weeks here. We will absolutely be going back to Aniticou to follow up on the drilling that we completed a little bit earlier last month. But 2026 is going to be another sizable year for us. Not only are we leveraging off the resource estimate that we put out at Mirage, not only are we going to be leveraging from the drilling that we will put out at Aniticou, we will now be looking to drill Greenland. And we will absolutely 110% be leveraging this grassroots expertise. I promise you, when we have this conversation next year, you're going to be like, well, Killian, this was another busy year for you. I can't believe you went to this country, and I can't believe you went to this location. We are big believers in our work. This is an opportunity. I mean, generational opportunities of the kind, as we see in lithium, they don't happen often, right? We want to be at the forefront for as long as possible, and we absolutely will be.
Great. Well, we'll have to circle back with you. I say this a lot, but in this, I really mean it. We're going to have to talk to you before a year because you might have a couple of new countries and a bunch of new discoveries between now and next year.
No, that's the fingers crossed. That's the way I like it.
Keep it here for more from Xplor 2025 in Montreal. I'm Ernest Hoffman. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all of our updates.
Kitco Mining special coverage of Xplor is brought to you by Radisson Mining.